Today is September 15th, 2024, and this is our weekly update about the ongoing war between Israel and the terrorist organization Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Shalom, my friends. This is Akiva Gersh with Israel in 5, where we give you everything Israel in 5 minutes. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any questions or want to keep the conversation going, please do so below in the comments. This morning, shortly after 6 a.m., there was a surface-to-surface ballistic missile shot from Yemen that entered into Israeli airspace. It was shot down by the Arrow defense system, and nobody was injured directly from this rocket attack or killed, fortunately. But there were a number of people who were injured running to shelters as it caused air raid sirens all over the center of Israel to be sounded. This is a rocket that could have caused significant damage, injury, and even death if it was not shut down by Israeli defense system. And it is being probed right now by the IDF why it wasn't actually shut down outside of Israeli airspace, as Israel does have the capability to do that as well. But fortunately, nobody was seriously injured. Nobody was killed, though shrapnel did fall on areas to the east of Tel Aviv, causing some damage specifically at a train station in the city of Modi'in, including on the platform itself. This is a serious escalation in this ongoing war that sees Israel not only fighting Hamas in the Gaza Strip, not only fighting Hezbollah in the north, but also Iranian terrorist proxies all over the Middle East, including Syria, Iraq, and of course, Yemen. This is an unfolding story. We will keep our eyes on the story and update you more next week as well. In addition to this, Israel announced this past week that it is wrapping up its military mission in the southern part of Gaza, in the Rafah region along the border with Egypt. This has been an operation that took many, many months, and Israel has destroyed numerous terrorist tunnels during this operation, killing around 2,000 terrorists, they just recently reported, as well as making sure that there are no more active tunnels that exist between Egypt and Gaza that served as a major supply conduit between Egypt and Gaza to bring all kinds of terror supplies into the Gaza Strip, into the hands of Hamas, to be used against Israel and Israeli civilians. So this operation is wrapping up. Again, this has been going on for many, many months. Of course, as we know, just a couple of weeks ago, the bodies of hostages were found in a tunnel underneath a home in the area of Rafah. And footage came out last week of the tunnel itself and the conditions that these 6 hostages lived in. A tunnel not high enough to even stand up in. Very crowded conditions, hard to breathe. Of course, super dark, horrible conditions we can't even imagine. In other news, the north continues to be attacked daily by the Hezbollah terrorist organizations. Just a couple of days ago, the city of Tzfat had 60 rockets shot at it, with major fires breaking out around the city of Tzfat because of the dry conditions during this time, the end of the summer. So the north is a serious front still in this war. Many of the civilians who live in the north still have not gotten a chance, still have not returned home since the beginning of this war in October 2023. Serious situation still happening there. And many people are saying that as Israel does wrap up its fighting in the Gaza Strip, dismantling Hamas, in addition to what I said about the southern region of Gaza, the Rafah region, Israel announced that it actually has completely disenabled the Rafiah, as we said in Hebrew, the Rafah brigade in the southern part of Israel. But as Israel wraps up its fighting in the Gaza Strip, all eyes are in the north. That is a situation that is just intolerable, with still hundreds of thousands of citizens not being able to live in their homes, border communities, ghost towns, many buildings and structures destroyed. So again, an unfolding story, and we will continue to update you about that as well. In the area of Judea and Samaria, what some people in the world call the West Bank. There still continues to be terrorist attacks, as well as serious fighting between IDF soldiers and terrorists throughout the region of Judea and Samaria. Most recently in Tulkarm, which has been an ongoing battlefront on some level for many, many years, but specifically during this past year, during this war, and the IDF soldiers there throughout the area of Judea and Samaria doing an incredible job to making sure this doesn't explode into an even more serious front. But just in Tulkarm, just the other day, a tunnel was found next to a hospital, and Israel is investigating that and with plans to destroy it. Many terrorists were killed in the battle fight there as well. Just last week, at the beginning of last week, there was a terrorist attack at the Allenby crossing that links Jordan and Israel. And even though we have peace with Jordan, that doesn't mean that there are not terrorists in Jordan who still want to fight against Israel. A Jordanian truck driver came to the border crossing and took out a weapon and shot and killed 3 Israeli men who were working at the border crossing. So many different fronts here in this war continue. Gaza, Lebanon, Judea and Samaria, and as we saw this morning, even rockets coming from way outside of Israel. Lots of things simultaneously happening and unfolding. We'll continue to update you about all of these in our weekly updates. And again, thanking you for your continued prayers, love and support of Israel. We're sending strength and support and prayers to the soldiers on the front lines. And of course, our prayers are with the families of the hostages, wishing and praying and hoping that these hostages come home to their families, to their lives very, very soon. All the best and be well.